Have you ever noticed people treating you differently? Sometimes with admiration, other times with hidden jealousy. It can feel confusing, even lonely. You start questioning why their behavior changes the moment you walk into a room. Is it something about you, or is it something? Dear brothers and sisters, today we'll talk about a reality many of us face: how people behave when they sense there's something special about you, not because you seek attention, but because Allah has placed something in you that even you may not fully see. This isn't about arrogance, it's about recognizing how others react and learning to navigate it wisely, always keeping your focus on Allah's pleasure. Let's uncover how this affects our relationships in daily lives. No. 1. The silent weight of expectations. Imagine this: you're sitting at work or maybe with family, and you notice the subtle shifts in how people treat you. They expect you to have all the answers, to remain calm when situations unravel, or to carry burdens without complaint. It's as if they've placed you on a pedestal you didn't ask for. Sound familiar? This happens because people often sense a strength in you, a quiet resilience, a different way of navigating life. It could be the way you avoid gossip, the way you hold on to your principles, or simply how you carry yourself with dignity when others crumble under pressure. But here's where the challenge comes in. This unspoken respect often brings isolation. While some may admire you from afar, others might distance themselves, feeling that your unwavering faith or discipline highlights their own struggles. It's not about you, it's about their reflection in your actions. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, reminded us that carrying these weights with humility is part of our test. He said, "The best of you are those who are best to others." But being the best doesn't mean being perfect or invincible. It's about striving, stumbling, and getting back up, all for the sake of Allah. Now think about this: how often do we let these expectations drain us instead of lifting us? What if we could channel them into a deeper connection with Allah and a clearer understanding of our mission in this life? No. 2. When support feels conditional and the unexpected loneliness of growth. Growth often feels like walking through a storm alone. Have you ever noticed how, when you're at your lowest, some people are quick to offer sympathy, but the moment you start climbing out of the pit, their smiles start to fade? Why does it seem like some people only cheer for me when I'm struggling but pull back when I succeed? It's a hard truth to face, but not everyone is comfortable with your growth. Some friendships thrive on shared struggles but falter when you begin to rise. It's not always envy, it's discomfort, fear of being left behind, or a reflection of their own insecurities. Think about this: the more you strive to align your life with faith and purpose, the more you may find yourself walking a path that others aren't ready to take. Why do I feel more lonely the more I try to grow and improve myself? It's because growth doesn't just change your life, it challenges the comfort zones of those around you. Then there are those relationships where love feels like a transaction, where your value is tied to what you can give, not who you are. It leaves you wondering, is it wrong to want relationships where I'm valued for who I am, not just for what I can offer? It's not wrong to desire authentic connections, but this longing can make it even more painful when you realize how rare they are. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us about sincerity in relationships, emphasizing that true bonds are formed for the sake of Allah, not for material benefit or status. But here's the reality: these experiences, as painful as they are part of the divine plan to guide you toward relationships that uplift and strengthen your soul. Sometimes people leaving your life is Allah's way of making space for something greater, something real. No. 3. When support feels conditional. Sometimes the hardest lesson isn't about those who openly doubt you. It's about those who seem to celebrate you, but secretly struggle with your success. Take a moment and think. Have you ever felt like someone's praise for you was just a way to mask their discomfort with your success? Their words might sound supportive, but there's an undertone you can't quite ignore: a hesitation, or even a subtle shift in their behavior. It's as though your growth unsettles them more than it inspires them. And here's where the pain deepens. Why does it hurt so much when the people you thought were closest to you aren't truly rooting for your success? It's not just about their actions, it's about the realization that what you thought was a bond might have been conditional all along, conditional on you staying small, staying predictable, staying within the version of you they were comfortable with. But this isn't a reflection of your worth. Often it's their own insecurities speaking, their inability to reconcile your growth with their stagnation. Instead of internalizing their discomfort, See it for what it is, an opportunity to surround yourself with people who truly uplift you, not just tolerate you. This pain, as real as it feels, is part of the journey towards something greater. Let's explore how these shifts are not setbacks but signs of the strength Allah has placed within you. Know 4. The weight of being misunderstood and threatened by growth. As you start improving yourself, whether it's your connection with Allah, your personal habits, or your goals, something strange begins to happen. You might notice people who once supported you suddenly act distant or even defensive. Why? Because your growth makes them question their own choices. It's not that they dislike you, it's that your progress reminds them of the steps they haven't taken. And rather than face that discomfort, they choose to misunderstand you. They'll say things like, "You've changed," or "You think you're better than us now." It's painful, isn't it? To work so hard on yourself and then feel like you're being punished for it. You might even notice people searching for reasons to criticize you, pointing out small flaws to make themselves feel better. It's like they can't handle seeing you shine, so they try to dim your light. But here's the truth. This is their problem, not yours. People who truly care about you will celebrate your progress, not fear it. They'll support your journey, even if it challenges their own sense of comfort. So how do you handle this? By staying rooted in your purpose. Remember why you started growing in the first place. Remind yourself that your path isn't about proving anything to others, it's about becoming the person Allah knows you can be. Let the misunderstandings fuel your determination, not your doubt. And when the weight of being misunderstood feels too heavy, turn to Allah. He understands your heart, your struggles, and your intentions better than anyone else. His approval is the only one that truly matters. Know 5. When they can't hide their jealousy or imitation. You'll notice something peculiar as you continue on your journey. People who once overlooked you might suddenly try to copy you. At first it may feel flattering, but over time you might sense a deeper issue, envy disguised as admiration. These are the ones who see your growth, your efforts, and the blessings Allah has granted you. And instead of being inspired, they become resentful. It's not always obvious. Sometimes it's subtle, like trying to one-up your achievements or mirroring your choices without acknowledgement. Other times it's glaring. They might try to diminish your success or spread whispers behind your back. It's confusing, isn't it? To see someone imitating your journey yet resenting you for being further along. You might wonder, what did I do to deserve this? The answer is simple. Your growth highlights what they feel they lack. It's not about you. It's about what they see in themselves when they look at you. But here's where your perspective can shift. Instead of feeling hurt or frustrated, remind yourself that even this is a test from Allah. He's showing you the hearts of those around you and teaching you resilience. It's an opportunity to focus on gratitude for the path you're on rather than the distractions others bring. And don't let their behavior derail you. Your journey isn't about proving anything to anyone. Keep your heart clean and pray for them instead of letting bitterness take root. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "The strong person is not the one who can overpower others. The strong person is the one who can control himself when angry." Let this be your guide. Let their actions remind you that you're on the right track. When others notice your light, it's because they see it shining brightly. And that's a sign you're fulfilling your purpose. As we wrap up this journey together, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. Every experience, every test, and every person who has crossed your path has been part of Allah's divine plan to shape you into the person you are today. It's not always easy to carry the weight of being different, of standing out, or of walking a path that others may not understand. But remember, this isn't a burden, it's a blessing. Allah has chosen you for a unique mission, one that requires strength, patience, and unwavering faith. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear." So if you ever feel overwhelmed, know that you are equipped to handle whatever comes your way. Lean into your prayers, stay connected to the Quran, and keep your heart focused on pleasing Allah. If this video has resonated with you, I invite you to click on another video we've prepared for you. It might just bring even more clarity to your journey. And also leave a comment below with the words, "Ya Allah, grant me strength to stay on the path you've chosen for me." Let it be a reminder to yourself and others that we're in this together, striving for Allah's pleasure. Thank you for watching, my dear brothers and sisters. May Allah guide and protect you always. Until next time, peace be upon you.